the World Trade Center, both of which collapsed shortly after. Now, this much we know for sure, but for some, the cause of the collapse is not as clear. Michael T. Donnelly is part of Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth and says that there's no way that a plane could have destroyed two of the world's largest towers. He joins me now from our studio in New York. Hi, Michael. So you say that you have new evidence that the World Trade Center collapse was not, in fact, caused by an airplane crash. What kind of evidence are we talking about here?
Well, we've all seen the planes, video footage of the planes hitting the towers, but the actual collapse mechanism is not quite that clear. New evidence that has come from an international team of investigators includes nanothermite material, which is basically made only by military industry, has been found in dust samples taken throughout the World Trade Center site. And let's not forget, there were 3 buildings that collapsed today, on September 11, 2001, one of which was not even hit by a plane. There's also evidence that was not included in the official reports of the United States government. The FEMA report, the NIST report, they don't even bring into evidence molten steel that was found in the basements of all 3 towers. And there's no explanation for molten steel. Carbon-based fires did not burn that hot to actually create molten steel that was found in all 3 towers. So, you know, some of the evidence is new and some of the evidence has just been ignored by the official United States reports.
Do you think that there will, in fact, be a new investigation into all this? And, you know, what is it really going to take to push that through?
Well, I think it's going to take more architects and engineers to sign up to our petition and help raise awareness to the facts that really happened. There's forensic evidence that the government is just ignoring, and you know, I think that's part of it, but I think there's also a growing number of military officials, scientists, all branches of government, people that are stepping forward and want a new investigation. I think it's really going to take a grand jury investigation of the NIST with regard to the lead investigators, Shyam Sunder and John Gross. I think that there's been an insufficient investigation, and I think it's fraudulent. And I think, you know, I think it's a matter of time. Money has to be raised to fight these lawsuits, to bring these lawsuits, and I think it's going to happen.
You said that the government is ignoring some facts. So if there will be no further inquiry into this, what do you think could be the reasons behind this? Is the government trying to hide something, like you said? And if so, what and why?
You know, it's an interesting question. If we look to the government's own reports, FEMA Report 403 did an investigation. They had scientists and engineers on the ground collecting samples after the collapses. And basically, they found evidence of melted iron in their samples. And they concluded in their report, Appendix C, that further investigation is needed, that the evidence that they have could possibly be a cause of the collapses of the buildings, yet no further investigation has taken place. It seems to me that it's the scientists are being held back by politics.
You mentioned getting more and more architects and engineers on board, but what are people like you and your organization doing to ensure that your voices will, in fact, be heard?
Well, just last week we had a press conferences all over the country in 25 cities and also internationally in I think 4 or 5 cities. Basically, we're trying to get some press coverage. We've just achieved the milestone of 1,000 architects and engineers that have signed our petition calling for a new investigation. So that's, you know, that's the direction we're going, and we're trying to build our base and to be more recognizable.
Michael T. Donnelly, live there for us in our New York City studios. Thank you so much for your analysis.